Dear students, today in our lecture we'll consider the following questions. First, social categorization, cultural relativism, and stereotype. Social categorization, the collective definition and the naming of categories of perceived phenomena, is fundamental to human cognition and culture. Given that it is also fundamental, it's not surprising to find that it has inspired a range of divergent social science approaches. These can be crudely divided into contrasting emphasis on content or process. Social categorization is viewed as a perception, cognition, or behavior that is influenced by people's recognition that they and the other are members of the distinct social groups. Relations between social groups can have far-reaching and persuasive effects on the behavior of the members of these groups. Effects that go well and beyond situations of face-to-face inter-group encounters. We have seen that by just allocating individuals to groups can create prejudice for and against individuals. Bringing people into contact with each other should make them seem more familiar and at least offer the possibility that negative cycle can be interrupted and even reversed. Stereotypes often reflect the differences in socio-economic status, religion, or dialect. It's important to suspend judgment, avoid misconceptions, narrow perspectives, and immature reactions. Stereotypes often contain a grain of truth, but cannot characterize an entire culture. Getting the whole picture of culture needs active participation. Generally, a stereotype is a settled relation to the occurring events developed on the basis of their comparison with internal ideals. Stereotyping of different people. For example, if we take as an example, Latino people are stereotyped as needing handouts through welfare and the private charity, being Roman Catholic, having many children, and being present in USA illegally. The stereotypes say that they rarely complete high school and cannot speak English well. Native Americans. What kind of stereotypes we have concerning to Native Americans? Native Americans may be presented positively as acutely environmentally conscious, spiritual, wise, loyal, or with extraordinary skill in hunting or tracking. They may also be portrayed negatively as indigent, violent, or implacable enemies. What about white Americans? White Americans are noisy, curious, aren't able to keep any secrets, behave themselves in a society like indecent. Black Americans. Black Americans are stereotyped in the early 20th century as joyous, naive, superstitious, and ignorant. But portrayals showed them with thick lips, and in cartoons they were often portrayed as crows. By the end of the 20th century, the stereotype said that they were poor, lazy, ignorant, criminals, and violent. The next question is cultural relativism. Cultural relativism is the view that no culture is superior to any other culture when comparing systems of morality, law, politics, and etc. Those who hold to cultural relativism hold that all religious, ethical, aesthetic, and political beliefs are completely relative to the individual within a cultural identity. Cultural identity is a principle that considers beliefs and different activities. Cultural relativism is a view that all beliefs, customs, and ethics are relative to the individual within his own social context, and in other words, right and wrong are culture specific. No one has the right to judge another society's customs. Cultural relativism sees nothing inherently wrong with any cultural expression. Cultural relativism is widely accepted in modern anthropology. Cultural relativists believe that all cultures are worthy in their own right and are of equal value, and the diversity of cultures, even those with conflicting moral beliefs, is not to be considered in terms of right and wrong or good and bad. Today, anthropologists considers cultures to be equally legitimate expressions of human existence, to be studied from a purely neutral perspective. Since truth is not objective, there can be no objective standard which applies to all cultures. No one can say if someone else is right or wrong. It's a matter of personal opinion, and no society can pass judgment on another society. Thank you for your attention.